Hey guys, I'm still waiting on my Ford F-150. I'm anticipating receiving it here in maybe about 3 weeks or so, but I'm already starting to plan for how I'm going to maintain and take care of this vehicle. Now, I'm sure some of you are probably wondering if I could be any more obsessive compulsive. Well, let's put it this way. If you've ever been sitting on the side of the road stranded as a young driver with a rod thrown through your crankcase and unable to go any further than that, you know, that sort of makes an impression upon you that maybe I should be maintaining my vehicle a little bit better than that. So that happened early on in my life. And since that point, I've kind of made the point to maintain my vehicles as well as I possibly can, because it's a horrible feeling sitting on the side of the road with a disabled engine. And as you'll see in a minute, I've had some pretty good luck over the last 30 years. Now, I don't know if it's because of the way I maintain the vehicles or just because the brand that I've chosen to drive has been extremely reliable over these years. Perhaps it's a little bit of both. So as I look forward to owning a Ford, I'm a little bit nervous about maintaining this thing. Like, okay, am I walking into something that's going to be a liability for me going forward in the future? So I want to do the best job that I can with this vehicle so that I don't have to be on the side of the road with a rod through the crankcase. And one of the things that is most important is the engine oil. Okay, here we go. An oil thread. But let me give it a little background on what I've done with oil in the past, and maybe this will help you going forward. For the past 30 years, I've used the best oil that I could afford in my vehicles. And for years, the best easily obtainable engine oil has been Mobil 1's Extended Performance Synthetic Oil. And I've done very well using this oil over the years. Here's an inventory of the vehicles that I've run Mobil 1. A 1993 Honda Accord wagon. That's a 4-cylinder engine. I got about 150,000 miles out of it before I sold it. A 1993 Isuzu Trooper. Got about 70,000 miles before I sold it. 1999 Honda Accord V6. Put about 140,000 on it. Gave it to my son. He put an additional pile of miles on it, and I don't know where the vehicle is right now, but when we did give it away, it was working perfectly. A 2000 Honda Odyssey, we put 150,000 miles on it, condition unknown today. It was running perfectly when we sold it. A 2007 Honda Odyssey, recently sold it, had about 200,000 miles on it. Engine was running perfectly. A 2012 Honda Civic, gave this to my daughter. She ended up selling it at about 150,000 miles, no engine issues whatsoever. A 2014 Honda Civic Si, currently being operated by my son, and it's currently operated in its current condition with about 50,000 miles of it running on Mobil 1. And then most recently, a 2018 Honda Accord Sport 2.0. I put about 40,000 miles on it before I sold it, anticipating the F-150. So over 1 million miles of trouble-free engine performance over the last 30 years running on Mobil 1. When I sold these vehicles, none of them leaked or burned oil. No consumption. So I've been a very loyal Mobil 1 Extended Performance user for the past 30 years. It's been great. So why on earth would I change brands at this point? Seems ridiculous, right? Well, enter projectfarm. If you've ever seen this guy's YouTube videos, he does a great job of being very objective, very non-biased. Most of the oil review videos that are out there on YouTube are utter crap just because they're biased or they've been paid towards, one direction or another. This guy does not care at all. He does a terrific job putting together, and he put a whole championship bracket together out of these, comparing one oil against the other. And the final two for the championship were Pennzoil Ultra Platinum's Full Synthetic versus Amsoil Synthetic Motor Oil. And to give you an idea of what he did, he actually put together a scorecard here. Coming in number 1 was the Amsoil Synthetic Signature Series. That's great. But actually coming in number 2 in the championship was the Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. So this is the scorecard based on different forms of ranking and different additive packages and cold flow performance, things like that, all those kind of things that actually make a difference in the real world. And unfortunately, Mobil 1 was all the way down there. Now, it did okay in the testing, but still nowhere close to the performance of pennzoil and pennzoil Ultra Platinum. So that made an impression upon me. So pennzoil came in at number 1, and pennzoil Ultra Platinum came in at number 2 in the Project Farm testing in the championship. Now, I've used pennzoil before in my motorcycle. I found it to be a superior product. It really was everything that it said it was claiming to be. But that was when I had access to it via a general hardware store called the Andersons, which I no longer have access to. They went out of business in my town. So pennzoil, I will admit, is the best, but finding it is difficult and it's expensive. I don't want to pay $90 to buy 6 quarts for an F-150 oil change, and I won't run it for 20,000 miles like they say to offset the cost difference. The difference in testing results between the pennzoil and pennzoil Ultra Platinum were very small. So if I could find pennzoil Ultra for a decent price, I would commit to using that in my Ford F-150. Well, guess what? It's hard to find as well. No one carries it via brick and mortar retail distribution like a Walmart or any of the other major auto supply chains. So Amazon to the rescue, maybe. And this is what I found. Ultra Platinum, full synthetic. This is exactly what I was looking for, 5W30. And I was able to find this for $23.97 for a 5-quart jug. This is even cheaper than Mobil 1. Outstanding. Wow, this is getting better and better. And so what I did was I signed up for a 3-pack, which just got delivered yesterday. Unfortunately, it's not what I ordered. You can see in my order here that I did order the 5W30 motor oil, but unfortunately, what came was 5W20. 3 jugs of 5W20, and I can't do that. I can't run 5W20 when the manufacturer says run 5W30. So I got to go through the pain in the ass of returning it, which is not simple. So back to the drawing board. I will update you as I find a way to solve this problem. Again, I still don't have the truck. It's probably 2 to 3 weeks away. So I've got plenty of time to solve this issue and plenty of time before, quite frankly, the first oil change, which I intend to do at about 1,000 miles. So let me know what you intend to run in your F-150. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.